What's up YouTube and welcome to today's video, the Grand Return of Lux. Yes, you heard that right. Lux is finally somewhat playable again, following the inclination that you can literally throw Poppy together with any champion and the deck will be playable. Teal Red originally decided to give this deck a shot pair Lux with Curious Shellfolk to have some sustained top-end pressure, therefore making a mid-range deck that can also definitely play for control though. So the core game plan is basically just stabilizing early on, playing quite a bit of early units, try to control the board with cards like Laurent Protégé and Poppy buffing a lot of small units, therefore not being overrun. Radiant Guardian can also stabilize against burn decks, against stuff like Ziggs Poppy, which is currently very popular. And at the end you go over the top with cards like Curious Shellfolk or Lux. Of course, Curious Shellfolk has a lot of synergies of generating almost infinite value with Trinket Trade, with Otterpus and Pranks, Conchologist or Loping Telescope manifesting multiple cards at once. And while Shellfolk is mainly just a pure value tool, Lux is actually also decent at regaining tempo. While she is overpriced a bit when you first play her, after she generates 1 or 2 lasers it can already be worth it. Not only does she actually represent Nexus damage and so on, but also a nice source of additional removal. Speaking of removal, this is one thing that this list lacks slightly. We do run Pokesticks. I also tweaked a few cards from Teal Red's original version to include a card like Single Combat. And Stress Defense is a potential either protective or stalling tool, kind of like a Flash Freeze. And we play Mini-Morphs for some really big threats and of course have Lux lasers. I would like to fit some more, but I couldn't really find the space. Another thing to mention here though is that Conchologist can actually find some decent sources of removal in Single Combat, Cataclysm, Strafing Strike. All of those, or a lot of those Demacian 3-cost spells are actually pretty good for board control. Besides that, we play combat tricks. Of course, Sharpsight is a staple 3-of in any Demacia deck. I already mentioned Stress Defense. Mini-Morph, of course, also technically a combat trick. And the one thing I haven't touched up on yet is card draw. Hidden Pathways and Aloof Travelers. Aloof Traveler is also more of a stalling tool, because keep in mind you're trying to go over the top of your opponent, so if you take their top away, there's less of a mountain to climb, figuratively speaking. And of course we have tons of card generation and some draw. When I first looked at this list, I cut a lot more draw because I thought, okay, this list runs Shellfolk anyway. We don't need that much draw. We find value generation through other means. But after playing this a bit, I actually do think that we need to at least include some draw cards. I'm not sure if I was just unlucky for a little while, but it does feel very nice to consistently get to your Shellfolks, which you often also need multiple copies from. They can often get discarded by Aloof or just traded out or whatever. And also getting to your Radiant Guardians consistently can be very nice for stabilizing. So for tech options, I would mainly look at either some more removal or some more challenger effects, maybe some more early units if you really want to improve your matchup against aggro. I don't think Remembrance is worth it in this list. The meta is just too fast and the payoff with Lux is not big enough. I think just playing early units, you're usually better off. And the mulligan is usually pretty straightforward. Against aggro, you of course look for all your early units, ideally Radiant Guardian, and that removal that you have, especially if you need it. Apart from that, against control lists, especially Curious Shellfolk is going to be your key card. Lux can be very nice, but especially if your opponent can remove her easily, don't get too greedy on Lux. Curious Shellfolk is often one of the true carries of this deck. And of course, Poppy is great in a lot of matchups, whether it's mid-range or against control. So I have some gameplay examples for you. What I found very interesting about this list is that it can play at a lot of speed. If you play it smartly and if you know what to look for in your manifests and so on and what to prank, you can either play it for a lot of tempo, you can try to close out the game quickly, or you can completely try to outcontrol and outgrind your opponent. So enjoy the gameplay, have fun.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Alright. I actually think this matchup is not that bad for us. We just need to find the right cards in the right order.
peek at life beneath the waves. To the world below.
Cack W. Do I want to play this into potential lost soul?
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Guess I have sharp sight.
Anything else?
The party has arrived.
Wouldn't be a quest without some danger.
Axes coming right up.
HP is a resource. We're fine, we're fine. There's nothing that could possibly go wrong.
Ready, him?
Ooh, discarded the second X. Okay, no lost soul in hand. Kinda winnable.
My beautiful face.
Could even keep the loping here. I think the trinket trades will do enough.
Look, a thing. Elf, that's not ours.
This game, man. This goddamn game. Is High Roll a useful landmark? Ascended's Arise? I know, right? Best card in the game. Alright, we're just gonna play Protect the Poppy and then we're fine. It's a lost cause, isn't it?
Break their spirits and their souls. Sultan stitches to awaken the blood within.
Okay, we could look for stress defense from Pathways or Trinket Trade. I like Pathways more generally. Trinket into Purify. If our opponent has 2 Twin Blades, Purify doesn't do much anymore.
I can spend a whole
This is pretty good against Sion Returned. Apart from that, Radiant Strike of course makes sense, but... I mean, we can deal with 2 Scions right now. Tentacles, discard Twin Blades. Sounds mildly optimistic.
Persistence is key.
It's giving me really good trades.
I will search. You can be hardly fair.
Right, this is where it gets interesting.
Never. You dropped something. I dropped everything.
Jinxed it. Still certainly convinced that this game absolutely hates me. Oh, now I would... Okay, they didn't discard Lost, so they're playing around Aloof. Never mind then. I was gonna say now Aloof would be insane. Sure. Sure. We're trying to run Yasuo or Zed to counter Sion decks. I'm fine against Sion. I'm just getting high rolled. Sure. Let's go. Still need to find Radiant Guardian. I'm getting dangerously close to burn range. Can just go 6 units wide here by generating a bunch of Atroposes. In that case, I kind of like these blocks. I just need to yoink one of the Twin Blade or Lost Soul, and then we can keep up with value. Ah, this game is too much for me. I mean, we live here, right? 5 blockers to 5 attackers, pokey stick on the elusive. Why, thank you. Pokey challenger. We'll have 2 high HP blockers for Sion. You just pulled what? Bruh. I gotta go 2 for 1 here though. Do I? Kinda don't. But I'm also already winning, right? I can let this die now. So I can still pokey stick plus stun. the Pokey Stick worth it even? Yeah, probably. Sting attacks again otherwise. 0 damage taken. Survival skills? True. I should Phantom Block, but also there's just one top deck card and one unknown. Which is fairly likely to be another Scion. Okay. So that was fairly likely to be a champion just because of how many pranks they dodged. So I probably just keep... Let's see what our opponent does. Could either keep Pokey Stick for the elusive. Trinket Trade Double Octopus also keeps Pokey Stick open actually. Poison Dart. Doesn't give me pranks. Into Trinket Trade. Hey, that's actually true, right? I should Trinket Trade first and then with the 0 mana Trinket Trade get Octopus. I guess I lost out on a bit of value, but also I need to manage hand spice a little bit. Oh, he's not going for the... Okay. In that case, I just have an easy Pokey Stick here. Peculiar play by my opponent on a lot of levels. So we have one Scion left, right? One got mini-morphed, one got removed. I want to bait the Stun Spider onto the Twin Blade. This is just end round, right? Oh, we don't have mini-morphs left. We can't find Radiant Guardians, though. That's also a good find. Single combat deals with the last Scion returned. Just something we're still missing. Pokey Stick gets us closer to Lux. I think I like single combat more. We already have hand space problems.
This is the ground they die on.
Okay, so stress defense plus sharp sight and then... Yeah, we got this.
Who is left to kill? Easy does it.
Easy game. Now our 1 lost soul just needs to compete with the 3 lost souls from our opponent. Man, we drew 25 of our 40 cards and found 0 Radiant Guardian and 0 Lux and we're still winning this game. This is kind of insane. That's Sion number 3 gone. Let's go. It's the safety block for survival skills. And dies through survival. Okay, then there's no reason to do it. Right, Ephemeral still dies through survival skills. You guys are right. Third Lost Soul? Okay. I'm not sure if I'm ever playing this aloof. Burn is starting to get iffy though. Thank goodness! Oh, I can finally draw Lux. Whirling Death on Shellfolk? No, they were on 1 mana.
Death is transient, as long as the body holds blood.
Really good for us that the Get Excited was used on the unit and not the Nexus. Like, I think our opponent just kind of gave their last win condition away, and that is burn. They had 8 burn in hand. They're going for board control. What the hell? My dude is tripping. Wait. Aloof gets rid of one of them? Ah, but if I hit Mystic Shots, yeah, it's worth it. Poppy can wait.
Look, a thing. Elf, that's not ours.
We're out-grinding them.
Fine.
Piece by piece.
Do I have to?
I want to play Radiant and Poppy this turn. And of course Sharpside the Shellfolk. Well, I don't know about Dredger actually. I don't want to draw anymore, right? I'm decking out before my opponent. Well, I have 3 Luxes. I could still shuffle infinite hero spells. Oh, she gets Mystic Shot anyway. This gets Axe plus Mystic Shot.
Go away.
Right now I would force my opponent to discard one of the real cards from their hand though. Sharpside here. I think it's not bad. I think I like it. Alright, looks like my opponent doesn't want to burn anymore neither. Doesn't want to draw anymore, rather. Maybe they're thinking they're winning through decking us out. Just double Radiant. Alright, no more Scions. These Radiants can live. They can live at last. I think there's still 1 or 2 Dravens left in my opponent's deck though, so Whirling Death also makes them reshuffle.
Virtue guides me.
Open attack should be better than Poppy against that hand. We still have another Poppy. We can also keep that for Poppy's Keeper's Verdict. Technically, opponent could Axe, flip Draven, play Whirling Death. Telescopia. Telescopia would be a really good emote. Elusive blocker. Ram is kind of cute, but just kind of want to make sure I'm not taking more damage here. That beats Whirling Death. Gotta contest the Draven. Then I can, like, my opponent can't stop deck out. We're going for Lux reshuffling, by the way. We're probably sacrificing Poppy here. That was satisfying. We won because we didn't draw Lux in time? We're only winning because Lux can make us go infinite. Come on, guys. Literally the one and only reason. To be fair, most champions are capable of doing that. Yes, but not all champions can do it with style. With as much style as Lux can. Oh, they did find the second Draven. Third Draven, technically, but one was reshuffled.
Let's do this.
Kinda needs to pull out the Trickster.
Axes coming right up.
He's drawing. Losing the last win condition. But I guess he needs to not die to open attack. Let's go get this bread. Thank goodness we're playing Lux in this deck. What would we have done without her? Oh! Mystic Shot, Ravenous Flock, that's not enough. Ooh, that might be enough. Never lucky, Mr. Opponent. Never lucky. Oh, that game was a grind. That game was a lovely, lovely grind, though. Lux diff? Yep. Saying how much better Senna is than Lux. Yeah, Lux needs the same passive as Senna. It's kind of true. Copy Tarek. Did I get inspired by Ruben? Did Ruben play that yesterday? I mean, it's just an idea that I'm sure someone already had. Because if Tarek Jarvan worked, there's no reason why Poppy Tarek shouldn't be better. So it's worth playing. If you want to have fun, yes. 100%. Oh, I shouldn't have played Otterpus. I didn't check which deck I'm actually playing against. We're not playing Otterpus on 1 to not give our opponent a parley on turn 1. We pass first. If they play a 1-drop, then we play Otterpus. Mobilize is low-key spicy. Oh, I can't though. It would be too insane. Monkey.
Deep breath now. To the world below.
Bring back the greatest emote birthday Garen. You mean this one?
Deep breath now.
That's what Ruben played yesterday. How did it go for him? I mean, it should be good on paper. You have a plunder trigger here. What are you doing this for?
Without me. The dead don't need riches.
Subs for birthday Garen.
Maybe I should use birthday Garen more often. Thank you. Thank you, Sun Puppy. I mean, Valor is kind of garbage in this situation. Confront? Still Valor, I think.
What wondrous discoveries await below.
Imagine looking for a... Okay, Valor is insane. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. Valor is completely cracked here. Monkey idols everywhere. Let's go.
I'm not greedy. My friends, though.
Okay, so Naked Rain or Party would have been used if they had it. Which means I can go for a Trinket Trade Otterpus or something. Actually, there's only 2 units attacking. It means opponent goes wide next turn most likely. I think I want to play Otterpus this turn. Lux next turn. Now Lux can justify why she's in this deck. Let's go.
We can do this.
So that's a nap card, that's a top deck card. Have I thought about Stony Suppressor? Man, if you play Stony Suppressor and Curious Shellfolk in the same decks, you should seriously think about quitting card games. The value of coin. No, I don't.
Easy does it.
Let's get a Radiant Guardian. Or do we level Lux here? I think I like Radiant Guardian a bit more.
Virtue guides me.
Opponent tapped under Sejuani, so that's really good. The only scary thing here is like Harpoon plus Make It Rain, which is very unlikely to be in opponent's hand. Stony and Lux kind of have synergy. Yeah, in a way they do. In a weird way they do. But Shellfolk and Stony do not get along very well.
Let's brighten up their day.
What's the rush, huh? Get yours.
Does Remembrance not work in this deck? I think the meta is way too fast for Remembrance to work in anything right now. The thing is, you can't afford to go turn 1 pass, turn 2 pass against most of the common decks right now, and then just play 1 unit on turn 3. You'll often be dead on turn 4, you know?
Paint their decks with blood.
How does Tough and Dreadway interact? If I block this, does it deal 4 or 5 damage to Radiant? Probably 5, right? Otter puts on 1 into Remembrance on 3. Yeah, I guess Otter puts kind of saves that curve, that's true. Maybe it's worth a shot.
Better, brighter than before.
But like Remembrance only synergizes with Lux here, and this is not really a Lux build around, right? Like Lux is just the 3rd or 4th champion behind Poppy, Shellfolk, and Radiant Guardian.
Never back down from what you believe. I won't stand by.
Stress Defense Butcher? It's not bad, right?
No more holding back.
No, the issue is I also need to get rid of a Gangplank. Was it the right decision to attack with Dreadway there? Probably not, to be honest. Get what opponent was trying to do. Like, they might feel like they're back against the wall, but... I think they should have been more patient. I can't resist.
We made it. Yay.
No! How dare you? I think I like ensuring some healing here. Sharp side.
Banish the unworthy.
Who am I kicking with next turn? Probably the Shellfolk, right?
Strike for justice.
To play around Monster Harpoon.
Say your farewells.
I'm not sure if this makes sense, but I feel like I want to go Dragon's Rage sharp side on the Shellfolk. Attack with everything? No, I want my opponent to invest more to get rid of Lux. Because if they don't... We had that read from earlier on, they're not holding Make It Rain, they just top decked one, used it. Which means that it's likely they can't remove Lux. Which means she's getting another laser here.
Keep up, keep up.
Hello, Captain. Welcome to your doom. I mean, technically my opponent should know I have another Dragon's Rage because of Shellfolk. There's no point in going for lethal, right? The laser does it. If our opponent has like Three Sisters Flash Freeze, I'm kinda screwed if I do it. Especially after playing Zap, I think it makes sense to not overcommit there. If you kick something with Radiant Guardian, you heal like after using single combat. Yes, you do, but the reason I didn't do it is because Radiant Guardian plus Sharp Side still dies to a Monster Harpoon. Told ya Lux can carry in this deck. I told ya.
Beacon through the dark. Try again. Did we win?